Hello programmers! I have a simple program here with one variable grade set to 100, and then I'm going to print out that grade using the %.1f. The period and the 1 means one place after the decimal point. When I'm printing it, if I had period 2, I'd see 2 places after the decimal point. And then I'm just printing my answer, and that's all there is to this program. So imagine that you're in a course and there's more than one grade, which is probably going to be the case most of the time. Let's say there's maybe 5 grades, and we'll switch the values for each of these grades. And because it's a float, I actually can have a decimal point here. And let's say 89.9. We can't have 5 different variables with the same name, so we're going to end up giving these different names. Grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, and grade 5. And I could copy and paste this print statement and change it to grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and print all those grades. And that might be manageable for a small number of grades, but imagine that you have 50 grades or 100 grades or 1,000 grades. Having a separate variable for each value is not going to be very scalable. So another option is that I'm going to create a different variable for later, but I'm going to take this grade and turn it into grades and say I've got 5 of them. And I've got 5 grades, and I can either initialize them, give them an initial value one at a time, or all at the same time. So I'll start with saying that the first grade with C, our arrays start with an index of 0. Some other languages like MATLAB will start with 1, but most languages like C start with 0 for whatever you want to be the first item in this vector or array of values. So I'll say my first value is 100, and then I could keep going for the next value will be 90, and grades 2. I'm running out of space here to get this to still show up, so I'm going to do grades 3 is equal to, let's do something with a decimal point, and then grades 4. And it's not really great to look at code that has 3 lines all on the line 7. I've got 3 different C statements ending with a semicolon, but I didn't want to run off of the end of here. So I'm initializing all 5 grades, and then do I want to print them out one at a time? Not if there's a better way to do it. Why don't I do it with a for loop or a while loop or a do while loop, and I'll start out with a loop counter set to 0, which is my first index, and I'll say while x is less than 5, let's go into the loop, and each time through the loop increment x by 1, and then we can just change this variable to grades and x, and voila, we're going to run through, initialize everything, all those grades in that array with 5 different grades, and print them to the screen. Another way you could initialize those grades is at the beginning. So just like you normally would do with an equal sign, only since there's more than one of them, I'm going to put some curly braces and commas in between them. And I don't remember what grades I typed in before, so I'm just going to type in 5 new grades. And this will work as well. So that's a little bit about using arrays.